Yes, team, and welcome to session 54 of Mindset Mastery, and a very time relevant one. This is your 60-day plan. Now, there are 60 days left in 2025, 67 to be precise, dependent on when you pull your finger out and actually watch this training. If you're watching it and it's Monday, I want you to type watched it on Monday. 1, so I'll know how on it you are. 2, congratulations, that means you've got 67 days, not 60. Now, if you knuckle down and put some serious graft in to your body, your business, your mind, your relationship, your education, anything, you could literally be in the best shape of your life in 60 days. I guarantee you. It is a ridiculous amount of time when you're grafting every single day. Anyone who has prepped for a serious competition, tried to make weight for a fight, or done anything in bodybuilding or physique modeling will absolutely agree with this. 60 days feels like forever. It's a long time. However, when you're pissing around and you're half-arsed every other day, and you're wasting hours every day around the wrong people, moaning, blaming, complaining, justifying, not showing up, getting pissed at the weekend, not coming round till Tuesday, it'll feel like it's gone in a heartbeat. So, I intend on putting in the most ridiculous effort I've ever done in the next 60 days. And I want you to be on that with me, 67 as I said. I want you to be on this journey. So let me know. All you need to comment is IN. Are you in, or are you going to settle for average? Now, this isn't going to happen by luck. It's not going to happen by chance. And it's certainly not going to happen by quitting. We've got rid of some serious dead wood this week. Some people who have left via choice because it was getting too tough. Some people who I was quite frankly bored of their excuses and told them that they wouldn't be renewing their contracts. I'm not here to babysit people who don't want to do the work, and I'm not here to listen to excuses 24/7. I will put my arm around you when I need to, and I'm the judge of when that needs to happen. I will put a rocket up your ass when I need to and be the judge of when that happens. I've been coaching for 20 years and I think I've got a very good handle on when a person needs each one. But what I can't do anything with is people who just want to relentlessly not do the work week after week after week and then come up with some bullcrap reason as to why they didn't do the work again. Not here to tolerate that. I wouldn't be helping them, and I would actually be compounding the problem. Now, as I said, it's not going to happen through quitting, but there's no room for second-rate players in this team anymore. I'm just not tolerating it. And I've taken a huge financial setback myself to do that in the last 3 weeks. You've seen people who have come and gone. I'm not interested in a massive average team. I would rather have a small team of big players and the energy be high. So I hope you're watching that and thinking, yes, this is me and I'm in. As I said, let me know in the comments. I'm not taking dead wood into 2026, guys. I'm not even taking it into the next 67 days. I don't need the energy consequence. I want to be around fired up winners. So please be that person. Step up and do what you need to do to be an A player in the team that you're investing to be part of. Now, if you put the work in, you can do massive things in 67 days, as I said. But some people will not even watch this until day 60, and then you've lost 7 days. Think about it right now to give yourself a wake-up call. How many days have you wasted in 2025? I would put my own total at around about 60 to 70, I would say. That's a lot of days. That's over 2 months. That's the same as we've got left. Days when I haven't shown up. Days when I've moaned about the injury. Days when I've been depressing. Days when I've let dickheads take my energy and spoil my vibe. Days when I've not done the work. Days when I've got pissed. We're all human, guys. No one's perfect. But if you want more, you have to do more. And as I said, there's no point in any of us wasting each other's time. If you don't want to be here and you're going to make endless excuses for the next 60 days, just do yourself a favour, send me an email, it's time to go. If not, it's time to step up. Because I want winners. As I said, I'm not having any more time for people who want to make excuses, people who want to play the victim, people who want to blame everything that's going on around them as the reason why they're not doing their work. You're not doing the work because you've made the decision to. Yes, there might be some extreme situations where it is a reason. Serious injuries that mean you can't change. Family situations that mean you're bound to a hospital. But outside of that, you're choosing to not use the work, do the work, and use the drama in your life as a reason why. If you don't like that, cool. As I said, I'm not here to be liked. I'm not here to be your friend. I'm here to give you a wake-up call and get you to live a better life, a happier life, a fitter life, a more confident life, a wealthier, more prosperous life. And I'm not going to say that that's okay when it's not. Because if you don't do the work, you won't get the results. And I want better for you. If you didn't show up last week, you didn't show up because you chose not to, unless it was serious injury or you physically couldn't get to the gym or you physically couldn't go to a shop and buy the correct food. You know this, guys. I'm not saying anything that's unfair here, right? But as I said, this is my new attitude with this business and with my own life. And I suggest you adapt it too. Zero tolerance for victim mindsets. Do not want to hear it. Not interested. If you've got a serious issue and a serious question and you need help with anything in the world, I'm there and I'll have your back 100%. I need help with X. Yes, let's get that sorted and get you moving forwards. I want to sit here and tell you my story about my life and what's going wrong and why it's different for me and why I keep messing up and why it's not my fault and all of that crap. No time for it. Sorry. Not sorry. I want better for all of you. That's why. And if you're reading this and thinking, oh, he's an arsehole for saying that, then good. For two reasons. It'll either trigger you enough to leave and we won't be wasting each other's times, or it'll trigger you enough to say, do you know what, he's right. Let's step up. Let's do more. Let's be more. Okay? But, you know, everyone's got stuff going on. 99% of you have no idea what I've personally been through this year. There's some big things that I haven't talked about once to anybody in this group. Why? Not important. Bad energy. Not going to help me talking about it. It's going to make me feel worse. But irrelevant of what's going on, even the most serious of things, eating crap, skipping the gym, not working on your mindset, boozing, getting smashed, and everything in between doesn't make the shit that you've got going on in your life better. It makes it worse. So stop using it as a dumbass excuse as to why you're not doing the work. That's a lie, and you know it. You didn't do it because you chose not to, because you chose the easier option, but then you wanted to use the thing as an excuse because it made you feel better in the moment. How do I know that? Because I did it for 10 years of my life. So you're here for results, right? But it doesn't matter how good the plan is, how good the coaching is, how many mindset sessions we deliver, how accountable we make you. You've got to show up and you've got to put the work in because you're here for results, yeah? If not, ask yourself, why am I here? Why am I listening to this video if I don't want results? Anyway, enough on that. Let's move on and let's move forwards. But here's what I'm here to tell you today. Success in the next 60 days will only happen by design, will only happen by strategy, will only happen by planning and will only happen by putting the fucking work in. End of story. Case closed. Let's go. All of us as a team. Luck and hope are not strategies, and excuses certainly don't build muscle or burn fat. Lift your mood, lift your energy, put the work in, and feel amazing. So, what we need to do is rewire your brain. Rewire your brain for success. Condition your body for action, for pain, for discomfort. And step into the next 60 days as an unstoppable warrior and feel absolutely effing incredible on the 1st of January 2026? Or do you want to keep telling the same stories, doing the same shit, expecting a different outcome, abuse your body for 2 months now, self-sabotage and overindulge at Christmas, and start 2026 feeling like a fat, depressed turkey? That's a choice, that's a decision. Some of you are going to take the A players road, some of you are going to go and sit with the turkeys. A players only here. Let's get after it. Now, every thought you think sends a signal to the brain. 3 episodes of the podcast coming out this week, which are massive for all of you. Every thought you think sends a signal to the brain. It's a command to do the action. Every choice you make programs the body. Every habit you create and every action you take is shaping the quality of the life that you live. Everything you are experiencing now, your body fat, your fitness, your bank account, your happiness in your career and relationship, and everything in your life is down to the habits you've created and the actions that you're taking. That is what shapes your life. So the question isn't, can I do it? Of course you can do it. I'm going to do it. I'm no different to you. Will I fuck up a few times? Quite possibly. Will I get back up the next day? Every single time. One of the biggest compliments I had this week that my therapist actually said to me, she went, I've never seen anyone come back like you do. No matter how low you get, you come back stronger, you learn. And I took that on board as a massive compliment. But I didn't get strong without the adversity. So I'm not saying you're going to be perfect, but I'm saying you can give 100%. You don't have to be perfect. You just need to get up tomorrow and give 100%. And if you're not planning and tracking your food tomorrow on Monday, and you don't have a gym session, and you're not going to do any mindset work, and you're not going to complete the planner, just ask yourself right now, why the fuck am I here? What is the point in me listening to this video? This is one of the biggest scourges of this industry at the minute. People just like submerging themselves in self-development and YouTube. And I've read 7,000 books and I do 4 hours mindfulness every day. But they don't actually do any real work. Yeah, my head feels great, but I'm not actually doing anything. Yes, this is important, but we have to do the work as well. So the question isn't, can you do it? Everyone can do it. If you think you can't, you're playing the victim. Ta-ta. Leave the peer group. No room for you. If you think it's different for you, you're playing the victim. Ta-ta. Leave the peer group. You've no place here. You might be listening to this thinking, this is so harsh. I might have watched 1 or 2 many Navy SEALs programs recently. Might be screaming on video, so do we have any more quitters? But I mean it with love and compassion because I want more from you. I don't want you to quit. I want you to win. But if you're here and not doing the work, there is no point. Everyone can do it. Every single one of you can have the best 2 months of your life in November and December and be flying into 2026 in the best physical and mental shape of your life with a brand new momentum and clarity planner done, which is coming out this year to fire you into the best year of your life in 2026. That's a choice. That's a decision. Okay? The quality of your environment is going to control that. That's why I'm cleaning up this group. There is no room for people that aren't going to add to the team. You're either here, you're contributing, and you're adding value, or you're not. End of. Okay? As I said, the quality of your environment and peer group will dictate the quality of your life. Now, the question is, right? So the question's not, can you do it? You can. The question is, are you willing to push yourself further out of your comfort zone than you've ever been and work harder than ever before in the next 60 days? Yes or no? Are you willing to work beyond what's familiar? Beyond your bullshit, beyond your excuses, beyond the pain and discomfort that you've been to before, beyond the old stories that you keep telling yourself to stay safe. Because you're not limited by your past or your current set of circumstances in any way, shape or form. The most horrific thing could happen in my life right now. Unless I can't physically leave because I'm bound to a location, still not going to the gym, no matter how shit I'm feeling, isn't going to help the situation. Filling my body with crap and booze isn't going to help the situation. Let's say I lost the closest person in the world to me and they died yesterday. That's a reality that could happen to every single one of us. This might sound horrific, but is then letting everything in my life go going to help that situation, or is it going to make it worse? It's going to make it worse. But yet this is what so many people do. Shit happens and they stop training, start eating shit and start boozing. You're compounding the problem. That's when you come out with crap like, I just don't have the headspace for this right now. Well, what do you have the headspace for? What do you have the time for? So if one of your family members is really ill or has just died or other people need you, then you need to be fit for them, so you're actually not being selfish. Like whatever's going on around you, I really need all of you guys to watch episode 18, 19 and 20 of the podcast. They're all going to be dropping this week. Like irrelevant of what's going on around you, you can't control that. You have to still look after yourself so you're in the best place to deal with what's going on around you, even if it's horrific, right? Now, you're not limited by your past. You're not limited by your current set of circumstances. But we think we are because we've been programmed that way. It's not your fault. And because it's easier to stay stuck. It's easier to stay comfortable. It's easier to be pain-free. But you are only limited by the boundaries that you have created. Whatever boundaries you've created, you created them. Whatever you believe you can't achieve, you created that belief. Whatever you think is different for you, for everyone else, it's not. You created that. Now, in the next 60 days, you can smash through all of those self-limiting beliefs and overcome them like a fucking steam train. On whiz with 15 Duracell batteries in it. I intend to. So again, comment hell yeah, not who ya are if you've got this far. If you are showing up, if you are contributing, by the time I get to this time on Tuesday morning, there should be in the region of 180 comments on this video on YouTube. There won't be. I'll tell you who there will be. Jan, Lorraine, Dan, Sharon, and a few others. Can't think of everyone now. Same people showing up, same people putting the results working, same people getting the results. Step up, do more. If you want to be more, do more. Now, ask yourself now, are you ready to become the greatest version of yourself in the next 60 days and absolutely smash the rest of this year? Or do you want to keep doing the same old shit and stay where you are? Answer that, yes or no. Put it in the comments. There we go. That should be 240 comments. In 60 days, you can see so much progress with your body and mind, to a level where it no longer feels like a dream, but it's actually your reality. In 60 days of working on your mind, and especially if you implement what I've said in episode 18, 19, and 20 of the podcast, you could be waking up positive every single day. You could be living in a naturally happy, fulfilling, joyful state without even trying. If you do the work, if you spend time around the right people, if you do the journaling, if you complete the planner, if you do your check-in every week. Side note as well, I'll be sending something out ready for next year. I am not chasing anyone for check-ins anymore. You get a text message, you get an email, and you get a window from 8 a.m. on Friday until midday on Monday to complete it. That's nearly 4 days. If you can't be arsed doing it, I can't be arsed chasing you. Like, I'm not a mind reader. If anyone needs help, ask for it. Now, when you commit every day, not someday, not one day, not a selection of days, every day, what you can achieve in the next 60 days is just unbelievable. And I want that for you because I know how amazing it feels and I know how amazing you will feel. And I don't want you to be feeling like shit. I don't want you to go backwards. I don't want you to be miserable, but you have to do the work. It's a massive amount of time when you're on fire. If you're not, it's just going to drift. Now, here's another great thing that I think will hit home. If I said to you, you need to train every day, track your food perfectly every day, plan your food around Christmas. So if we're going to have 9,000 calories in 3 days at Christmas, how do we work the 2 weeks around it to balance it out? You need to do mindset every day and complete your planner and make sure we do the next 12 check-ins. Or all your family and friends are going to die. Would you do it? Of course you would. So do it anyway. If I said you need to work that hard, if fat loss is your goal, that you need to lose 2 stone by the 24th of December, and if not, your friends and family are going to die. Would you do it? Of course you would. So why not do it anyway and feel amazing? Why do we have to wait for real bad shit to happen in order to be able to do something? Why do people have to wait until they're depressed or they've put 4 stone on to take action? Why do footballers need to wait until the last 10 minutes of the game when they're about to lose to start playing with some fucking passion? Because we don't plan otherwise. So let's just do it. What about if I said, if you lose 2 stone before Christmas and you track your food every single day and you do your planner every single day and you do all your check-ins and you do everything that's asked of you within the plan, you don't miss a workout, you don't miss a day tracking food, on the 24th of December, I'll give you £5 million in cash. Would you do it? Of course you would. So why not do it anyway and feel amazing? Create whatever urgency you need to do and just stop playing small. And an amazing life is out there for all of you. But a pathetic effort is going to have pathetic results and you're going to feel shit. A world-class effort is going to have world-class results and you're going to feel amazing. So again, pick your road. Both options are hard. Choose your hard. Going fucking backwards, being depressed and gaining 2 stone and starting 2026 like a fat depressed mess again and having to make a New Year's resolution is hard and uncomfortable. Going for the gym every day for the next 60 days, training hard, checking your food, doing your planner, doing everything you need to do, dropping 2.5 stone and starting the year on absolute fire is going to be hard, but it's going to be worth it. The other one isn't. One leads to more pain, one leads to pleasure. Now, if you want to push yourself to achieve your wildest dreams in the next 60 days, the very first step is to make the decision today to give 100%. I'm actually going to post this. If this uploads tonight in time, I'm going to post it as Sunday night. If not, it'll be Monday morning. But make that decision this week and just don't quit. The next step after that is to break the habit of being your old self. The amount of people that keep doing the same things and expect a different outcome is absolutely crackers. Einstein's definition of insanity. Stop repeating the same things that hold you back. Stop spending time with the same dickheads that keep you stuck. Stop giving energy to people that don't deserve it. And start showing up for you. But you can't take old habits and routines into the next 60 days and expect a different outcome. Even into a different day. So many people live their entire lives on autopilot and all these things are happening. This is why I say it isn't your fault. On autopilot, subconsciously, same thoughts, same actions, and yet they wonder why they're in the same place. Most people will have done that. Most people will have spent 2025 doing, some of you in this group have done the exact same fucking things that they did the year before and they're wondering why I've not gone anywhere again. Yet probably convincing themselves that they worked a lot harder than they did. But if I actually had a body cam on them, what them things do the people wear? GoPros. So let's actually put this on quadruple speed and analyse your entire year. Oh, fuck yeah, shit. Oh, God. Like, even mine would be embarrassing. I'm not even joking, right? As I said, I've probably lost 60 days this year being a dick. And not showing up to the level I need to be. Moaning, blaming, justifying, taking time off, fucking watching box sets, 24 hours in police custody, fucking SEAL team and everything else in between. Anyway, so you live and we learn, right? You accept the lesson and you move forward. That's the cost of ownership. Cost of ownership is you have to adapt your behaviour in line with your new insights. Would I be further along in my business if I'd spent in the region of probably a week watching crap on TV, actually working on my business and marketing and everything else and my body? Of course I would, okay? But if you keep doing the same things, nothing is going to change. It's never going to happen. The life you want is going to go to the grave with you, because nothing will change unless you change. Nothing changes unless you change. It's all on you. It's not even about the plan, the mindset work. You have to change your identity. But the reality is you've got to want it and you've got to want to do it. This is what I said, this is why most people don't do it, because the cost of awareness and ownership is that they have to adapt their behaviour in line with their new insight. And deep down, they still want to keep going for the chippy tea every Friday. They still want to get fucking 10 pints in and fucking 3 bags for 100 quid on a Saturday night. They still want to get pissed up at the caravan every weekend from Friday to Sunday, and they don't want to let go of that person. So actually they're just talking shit to themselves, right? You have to want to do it. And if you want a new you have to let go of the old you. We said that in a training this year, bullet to the head mentality. I can't take the old Lee into a new life and expect a different outcome. Old Lee's a dick. So by the time we've got to 35, almost all of our thoughts and actions happen without us even thinking about it. This is why most people stay stuck their whole lives and say things like, it is what it is. Because that's what they think. They actually think it is what it is. Because they don't believe they're in charge. But as I said, no matter how good the plan is, nothing changes unless you change. Change your thoughts, change your actions, change your behaviours, change your outcome. And you don't, as I've said, you're never going to get a Champions League result with a Sunday league effort. You've got to show up. And if you are that person who's been stuck on autopilot for so long, it's hard. It's almost everyone by the time they're 35, but you've got to snap out of it and remind yourself every day of what you want. That's why there's a section in there to write it down. But not just what you want, what are you willing to do to get it? Because most people are doing everything that they do unconsciously. So we need to become aware of the stupid shit that we're doing without even thinking about it. Getting up every morning, looking on your phone, scrolling until 11 o'clock at night, wasting time on people that don't deserve it, and not showing up without even thinking about it. So essentially what they're doing is they're running the same script. They're watching the same episode of their day over and over and over again. And what happens if you go into this week and you watch the same movie as you watched last week? Guess what? It's the same ending. 100 times out of 100, that movie is always going to end the same day. The same way. We have to change the movie. We have to change the channel. You can't keep watching the same film and expect a different outcome. And that's the same with every day. So this week, tomorrow, today, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, some of you, I hope this gives you such a rocket up the arse that you realise that yet again you're going into Monday without any form of plan. Because every one of you has got 68 days left to make this year the best year of your life, to write a new script. So today, write a new script and go and film an absolute blockbuster of a 67-day fucking movie to end this year. Again, comment who you are if you are in. That should be hundreds of comments. Guys, if this has triggered you, good. It's only because it's true. If it didn't trigger you, it's because you're showing up and doing the work. Congratulations. Either way, you know what you need to do. Let's pull together as a team, get the work done, and collectively raise the standard, raise the energy, raise the support, raise the effort, and end this year on absolute fire.